Well, and now for the part of the questions, which is it's also really interesting because as I tell, I know them really well, but once we started, like me and Caroline started coming up with the questions, it was like we realized we have a lot of questions that are probably not going to like too much, and then we're not too happy with the questions. But the first one and the one that I think is most important is the advantages or disadvantages of being religiously affiliated. As we see, they get a lot of support, but also, I mean, it's like they have to push their agenda of being religious. So it's like they have to make mixing the time between doing like a real work with making these people progress and also their religious agenda. So it's I think it's really interesting. I mean, their answer really tried to skip the bullet there, but like it's. I was really interested to know what they thought about this because I think it could be a problem potentially to a society like this to progress when they have this agenda they have to fulfill. But also on the other side, they have a lot of help because of the religious affiliation. They get a lot of most of the donations are because of this. The second one is that if there's a real impact being done by this organization, that is, I mean, is it more than a charity? Like, are they making any real progress in the society in Bangladesh, or it's just like giving money or giving a small opportunity for a small period of time, and then everything goes back the same. So it's also something that we ask, and then they have some pretty interesting views about this, and I don't think they're really sure if they are. But at the same time, I mean, they think they are, but they're not really sure how they can express how they think the real change is being done. What I do know is that a lot of people that has been in the organization have gone back to the same to work with them. I mean, they used to be kids that were there. They left when they were 15. They went and did their college, and then when they were 25, 30, they went back to the same organization, and now they're working as doctors or nurses with them. So, which I think it's really positive too. And another thing that's really important to check here is how to avoid to create dependence on the people that they're helping. I mean, how to ensure that the people are going to be able to incorporate into society and not have to always live depending on people giving them money or giving them help. And that's about it. I don't know if you have any questions. It's like, yeah, I mean, I heard a lot of stories about how they seem to get a lot of assistance from some people, but I mean, they also tell a lot of stories of how, especially when they arrive, they got a lot of resistance because of that. I mean, people were not willing to accept them into I mean, they're in, I forgot what is it Changi, the city? They're like 15 miles away from Dhaka. Yeah, in Changi, where they began. It was at the beginning they had a lot of issues with people accepting them into society, but apparently they learned to accept them. I mean, after time. I mean, if you like this thing began in 1975, and they've done some progress, but they're not as big as you would expect from a company that began in 1975. I mean, they could be way bigger. And I think over time they've been losing a lot of the Christianity thing they had at the beginning. Like it's starting to become more of just a non-profit organization trying to help people in Bangladesh. And the idea mostly right now is to try to use the Christian thing to get people to sponsor and to help with the program. And then the program itself, they offer some, I don't know, Christian values, whatever, but they're not forcing to people. I mean, they're willing to take whoever wants to get help. I mean, it's really. I mean, it's something that you really have to think of them as doing that. I mean, there's no way we can really prove that they're doing that. That's what they tell us. Yeah, it's emergency. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I can tell about these two, the two women that work there. They are really, really, really American. Like they don't really try to get into the whole Bangladesh thing at all. But the idea that they got after a while, like I mean, working with people in Bangladesh and people that were actually doing work, particularly with the dentist thing, that was the thing when they started doing all the dental plans and stuff like that. That's when they started to realize that if they got people from Bangladesh to help, it was actually better to connect with people from Bangladesh. So that's what they're trying to do. Like they're trying to incorporate people from the Bengali society into the program. So they are the ones. I mean, they are only just for like administrative processes and everything. But the actual like schools follow the program from Bangladesh and stuff like that. So it's like they try to be as they don't try to be invasive, but they do offer courses in English for the kids that want to learn. I mean, actually, most of the pictures are from a friend of mine that I have. I mean, well, it's the one in this picture. He used to be an orphan there, and eventually he was adopted by the owner. And he's the one that sent me most of the pictures. I mean, if you notice, he's there in this picture. I mean, and through all the pictures, you can see him like growing up. So.